Hi, my name is Jerry and I collect 1960s and 70s toys. I mainly collect toy soldiers, so this video is going to be on none of that. But it's something that I think ties into toy soldier theme though. And exactly what I want to show you is me and my son's favorite war game, which is actually, then a miniature war game, and that's what ties into like toy soldiers. And this is called Memoir 44 by Richard Borg. It's actually a gaming system called Command and Colors, which I think is really, really cool. But not just being a great game as far as rule-wise go, it's really cool because I really like all the miniatures that come with this set. So with just the base game, you actually get two tanks. You get a Sherman and you get a Panzer IV. You get figures that are actually different for the different sides, the German and then the Allied, I guess they call them. And then you get some artillery pieces, you get some sandbag emplacements, and you get some tank obstacles and some barbed wires. And for the base game, you get a lot of these. It's so cool. And I know, the soldiers are not to scale with the tanks, but it's not going to work on a war game like this. But it's still cool to have real plastic figures to play with. Being me, I never go moderate, so I bought the base game first then, and me and my son first didn't like it at all. I'll explain why in a minute. So I bought the base game, and then we bought another base game. Here it is. Just to be able to expand the maps and play what they call the Operation Overload, which is a bigger map. You need more figures and stuff for that. And then we also bought this equipment pack, and that's what has all these cool. Look at this. I got a whole plastic box of these. I'll show you them in a minute once I just get them sorted out so I can show you all the different things that come with the expansion set. There's so many cool vehicles and things in this one. You get, more armor, some Matildas, you get an elephant, a tiger, you get all the little half-tracks and the other vehicles, and you get some more figures depicting, I think, British desert and then French resistance. You get a bunch of little emplacements with machine guns. You get some more guns and artillery. You get some kind of a landing craft. You get maybe a Polish rider. You get some fighter jets, and you get 2 bombers as well. But that's in something called a flight plan, which is another expansion to get all those airplanes. So this is a lot of stuff. Yeah, this is then the flight plan expansion, and then there's a bunch of other smaller expansions to give you different just scenarios. But the thing is, you don't really need to buy all those expensive expansions, because for these, when you buy these like the Mediterranean theater, you'll get tokens and stuff instead of buying the really expensive equipment pack that I did. And the good thing with this is, I think the base game is really, really good and lasts for a long, long time. This is the rule book. It's not very big whatsoever. And it also, in this one, half of it is the scenarios you're going to play in the base game. So there's not that much rules actually in this one to go through. And that's the great thing about this game and the Command and Colors system. This system kind of drove me nuts at first, but now I really, really like it. The board game, if you can tell here, there's some red lines here. And it actually divides the board game into a left flank, a right flank, and a center. And then the cards actually have actions. This one is for the left, this is for the center. My son had 3 for the center, and then one for the right flank. And there's some other cards that can do some other things as well. So that means if he wants to do something on the left flank when it's his turn, he pulls this card, right? If he pulls another card that's not on the left flank, next turn he's not going to be able to do something on the left flank. That kind of drove me nuts. But this is actually what's so brilliant about it. There's so many great war games out there that are really complicated with rules. And what this is kind of meant to do with these cards is that those games kind of regulate your morale of the troops, vehicles getting bogged down, supplies not reaching the units, orders, whatever. So this is kind of a very simple way of doing that. If you don't have any cards, let's say for your left flank, that's the same thing. Your vehicles are bogged down, your soldiers are having low morale at the moment, and it just speeds things up and makes it fun. Me and my son play a lot of other games like Star Wars X-Wing, Gaslands, you name it, all those with little figures in them, Wings of Glory as well. We both really appreciate games that are quick to set up, takes 45 minutes to an hour to play, and we can play like we play the game, if you know what I mean. Like when you played as a kid, you play with your tall soldiers. We don't play this to win. Oh, that's another thing with this game that's so good. Some scenarios we realized, wait a minute, the Germans can't win, or the Allies can't win. But that's also the cool thing. Some of these scenarios, or most of them, are taken from settings in World War II, right? And in like when the Germans in this winter scenario we're playing, we're pushing towards Bastogne with a counter-offensive. They pushed ahead quite a bit and quite fast, right? So this scenario, there was pretty much no chance for the Allies to win. And that what makes it interesting, because then you can set different, I mean, first of all, you can't just win, so you can just have fun and enjoy. It's not going to be like, God damn it, I lost again. Because you're going to lose, but you can set different goals for yourself. I'm going to try to get, because you get these little tokens when you wipe out of units or something. You can say, I'm going to try to get 6 of these tokens. I'm not going to get 8 because I'm not going to win, that this scenario said. So I get 6 or 4. I can set little goals for myself. And then we tried it over, the same scenario, playing the same sides, but just see how the card was dealt. Same thing in war. You know, what happens is kind of random with a lot of things, right? Weather and whatnot. And then we switched sides. So we ended up playing every scenario like 4 times, 2 on each side, just to see the differences and what could happen. And I think that's really, really good with this game, that it's not just with, like, let's say X-Wing or something like that. Those games, you have 500 points, the other has 500 points. You're supposed to put ships together. So it's even. And then it's more of a competition. This is just a game that you can enjoy and experience and have fun with. And that's what I like it so much. Takes like 10 minutes to set up a scenario. Takes about 45 minutes to an hour at the most to play a scenario. And you get to play with the cool little minifigures. So yeah, just me wanting to share this with you guys, because I think it's a great little game if you want to get your kids or grandkids into wargaming and into toy soldiers and miniatures. Such an easy game, like I said, to set up and play. But yeah, that's it for this time. Catch you guys in another video. Cheers.